I just got back from one of the most amazing excursions that I have ever done. A helicopter ride that lands on a glacier. Hey, this is Luke with Cruising Secrets, and I want to tell you about this excursion that I did in Juneau, Alaska. It started off simply enough by getting our tickets and heading to the theater. We actually took a back-to-back Alaskan cruise and booked this excursion both directions. One time we did it in the afternoon, and one time we did it in the morning. When we did it in the afternoon, we just met at a spot off the ship in the port area. We did not have to meet on board the ship to go. However, when we did it first thing in the morning, we did have to actually meet in the theater and then all head out together. So if you do this in the afternoon, you can spend the day in Juneau, wandering around, looking at shops, or maybe doing a self-guided tour. I've got a video about that I'll share at the end. Now, whether you meet in the morning or the afternoon, the rest of the experience is exactly the same. Probably not a surprise. We boarded a bus and we headed out to the Timsco helicopter tour area. This is out by the Juneau airport. Depending on the weather, this will be a nice ride to enjoy the scenery, or it'll be kind of a dreary, overcast day. We have had this excursion canceled on us before. We thought it was maybe due to the wind and the rain. It turns out it's actually related to how low the clouds are. So if they're really low in the sky, I guess the helicopters don't have good visibility and they can't really get onto the glacier very well. It's all about the cloud ceiling. So they'll tell you it's for weather. Now you know what kind of weather you're looking for. One of the times we went, the clouds were kind of low, but the other time it was really sunny. So I'll talk about how that changes things in a minute. Once we got to the site, we needed to put on shoes over our shoes. These are special shoes that have more of the little metal cleats for walking around on the ice. Depending on what kind of shoes you're wearing, you may need to go up a size. It really just depends on what you're wearing. They're very flexible. They have lots of different shoes, so nothing to worry about there. You do want to wear pretty decent shoes. Please don't wear flip-flops. I think they put some stuff like that in their information. As long as you're wearing some sort of relatively regular shoe, I think you should be fine. There was a safety briefing they showed us, and although it's similar to an airline one, I paid very close attention to this one. I've never been in a helicopter before, and so I really want to know what you're supposed to do if there's an emergency. It feels a lot more important when you're going on a helicopter. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. After that, it was pretty simple. We walk out to the tarmac and get loaded onto the helicopters. They have very specific positions that they put you in, and it's all related to weight distribution. So you may be put with your group. They'll try to keep people together. My wife and I did get to sit next to each other on both of these tours. That was nice. And we ended up right next to the pilot in both situations. They give you a little headset to wear so that the pilot can actually talk to you while you're on the tour. It's kind of nice, and there's ways to actually talk back to him. There's a little button. Talk back literally, not like the figurative, I don't have to do what you say. You're not my mom. Then it was time to head up to the glacier. When the cloud cover was low, the first time we did this, we actually had to circle around and kind of go over the city a little bit and then head up to the glacier, kind of staying low the whole time because we didn't want to get up into the clouds. The second time, when the sky was clear and the clouds were very high or non-existent, we were able to go more directly to the glacier, which means going up and over those mountains that are right near the downtown area that you see. I'm glad we were able to do it twice. We booked this excursion 8 or 9 months in advance and paid for it a long time ago, so we got a pretty good deal. That's maybe a pro tip is if you're at all interested in this excursion, book it as soon as possible. We booked it through the cruise line both times, but you can book it directly with Timsco. The prices will probably be better, and so next time we go, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. That's a secret for myself. The helicopter ride is around 10 to 15 minutes, which maybe doesn't sound very long, but it's a pretty good length of time. You get to see quite a bit. When the cloud cover was low, we took a path that kind of went over the glacier and circled around and then came back and landed. With no clouds, we went more directly over the mountain and kind of circled around the backside of the glacier that is really hard to see and you can't see from the ground at all. You can tell that there are several different helicopter tours that all land here and they have their little different landing spots. You can't really see any of those landing spots from the ground when you're walking to the glacier, but you can definitely see the helicopters going over. We waved to the people down there. I'm sure they couldn't see us, but it was fun. So how it works is after this 10, 15-minute ride, you land on the glacier, You get unloaded, and then another group gets loaded back because their tour is over. They unload, they load a new group, and that group comes back, and the whole process repeats. So you really get about half an hour on the Glacier and about half an hour in the helicopter. That includes loading and unloading time. That's not exactly how it is to the minute, but if you're wondering about how long it'll be, from when you leave the airport in the helicopter to when you get back, it'll be about an hour. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I would just want to show you more of these views from the helicopter and from the Glacier itself. When you're on the Glacier, you'll have plenty of time to take lots of pictures. They'll tell you how the Glacier moves, and they'll let you have some of the water from it. And you might even get a glacial facial. I don't want to spoil exactly what that is, but you can see you might get a little dirty. The water's amazing. I would encourage you to have some of the water because it's just so clean. You're talking true glacier melt. It is some of the cleanest water you could ever have. Like a lot of sites in Alaska, you really can't appreciate it just from video. It's just so hard to show in these little videos that it's something you have to do. This may not look super impressive, but it's really pretty amazing. Now, because of how the glaciers move through the rocks, little stones are found all over the glacier. Timsco actually collects a few of these and puts them out, and so if you want to take one as a little souvenir, you're welcome to do that. Leave a little tip, get a little rock, and you can say you got it on a glacier. The helicopter ride back is just as impressive. We looked for whales. You might be able to see some if you're really lucky. We didn't see any when we were there, but you just get some spectacular views of the Juneau area. Back at the Timsco hangar, you can get a little snack. They actually have some free coffee and hot chocolate. And of course, there's a little gift shop. The lady in the gift shop actually has family in the Dallas area where I'm from. So that was pretty cool. Then you take the bus ride back. You might see eagles on this bus ride, so keep your eyes peeled. And they take you back to the cruise port. So overall, it's just a really fun excursion. And it goes by way too fast, but it's likely something you'll never forget. These helicopter excursions, whether done through the cruise line or not, are always pretty expensive. But I would encourage you, if at all possible, save up your money. This is one of the most unique Alaskan excursions you can do, so I would encourage you to take a look at trying to do it, if at all possible. There are ways to enjoy Juneau, Skagway, Sitka, all the different Alaskan ports, much more cheaply than this, though. If you'd like to spend the day doing something fun on a beautiful Alaskan day, and you don't want to break the bank, check out this video I did all about Skagway. There's lots to do, lots of hiking, and you can even see some of those sled dog puppies for a lot cheaper than through the cruise line. This has been Luke from Cruising Secrets. We'll secret you later.